no, not me. I can never be the one you want to sub for. Money, that machine. Ferragamo store. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. I still like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. There's places in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Patience thinner than a penny hoe.
Go ahead after your pockets. I don't do that. In my principle, you know what I tell you? Get over here. You're gonna get that.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. You think back to all the interceptions he threw last week. Here we go. First play of the game, another pick.
And you know that all week long, they spent time breaking down exactly why he threw the interceptions. Was it mechanics, bad reads, not enough study? Sometimes you just think about it way too much.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Off the play fake, Kaiser. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcel Darius in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And taken at the 46. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, Kaiser. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Let's go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they drop it for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks,
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Following the interception, Kaiser. Looking left side, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
A 2nd down throw now for Kaiser. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Solomon Thomas in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They go play action. Kaiser under pressure again, and down he goes again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He'll return it from the 6. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this 1st half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah. Can he put it aside? Let's find out. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Kaiser now to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Kaiser. That is caught inside the 5. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he is in for the touchdown.
This is similar to baseball, where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Extra point attempt to come here. The extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, all right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
All right, here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Kenny Clark getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Out of his end zone, Kaiser. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here
throw again from their own end zone. And Kaiser can't escape this time. They get to it. And that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. And now out come the Jags. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 58 yards. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll go on the ground. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambo will put this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points. On
1st and 10, Kaiser dancing to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Kaiser now on 2nd down. A dump off to Smallwood. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Back to it after the pick six. Kaiser. And Davis with it left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. It's complete to Chris Conley. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. First down, Kaiser. The Cowboys got it over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Kaiser on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Second down, Kaiser. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he finds Howard complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Detroit. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They'll set up a throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Well, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Kaiser now throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Kaiser now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Kaiser. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Come on, let's go.
Kaiser to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Here we go. Grind 38. Grind 38.
Kaiser yet again. To the right side, complete to Miller. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Let's go. What? 90.
Play action now. Kaiser. The catch made by Miller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Kaiser now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
They'll throw again. Kaiser forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Flex round.
Now Kaiser. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Fourth down, Kaiser. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Watch him now, Barney.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Over.
pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. On 2nd down, Kaiser again. A jump off to Smallwood. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Here's Kaiser. And this is going to be incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
Tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Out of of the gun. They'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Houston. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down carry now for Yeldon. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Here we go. 3-9-10.
They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Thomas has got it, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Flex round.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Over!
Now back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a big 32-yard play on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sharks got it left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up. Not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Kenny Clark in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to throw. James has got it. Complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. They'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
James has it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. He's back to throw. And it pops free. the collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep the offense moving.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Kaiser going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. And that kneel down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run.